Well, it's that time of year again when you go to work in the dark and you come home in the dark. So I just got home from work and I was getting ready to go check on the animals. So I thought I'd make a video for two reasons. One, I thought I'd show you what we're doing to keep the rabbits and the chickens water from freezing here in the winter time. It's 28 degrees out right now, and winter is just starting. So, and then the other thing I thought I'd show you is that just because it's dark outside when you get home from work, it doesn't mean that there's no chores to be done. So it's pretty common for us to be out here with a flashlight or a headlamp checking on the animals and doing some chores. So for me, I started carrying a flashlight every day. Now I've been carrying it now for probably a month or two. I've got a little Olight flashlight. It's not very big. I know you can't see it, but this little flashlight it has about 4 different settings, and it can go up to 1,000 lumens. So this thing can be super bright if I really need to see something or light something up. So this one I think is pretty handy for me. It has a magnetic tailpiece on the back of it so that I can magnetize this to things and to help it hold it for me while I do my chores. So let's head over to the chicken coop and I'll show you what we're doing with their water. Okay, I'm here inside the chicken coop. So when I come in here, the first thing I do is this metal ceiling up here. I magnetize my flashlight to it, and then I can see everything that I need to do inside of here. So for the chickens, all we do is we just use a heated water bowl. So this is just a pet heated water bowl for your dog or your cat, and that's all we use for our chickens. We water them in a bowl all year round, so they're used to drinking out of a bowl, and that's pretty much all we do for them. Chickens are pretty easy. Now rabbits are another story. Rabbits are terrible to try to keep their water thawed out. So they always use some kind of a nipple watering system, and those little metal nipples basically they freeze immediately. They freeze really quickly. They'll freeze before the bottle or whatever freezes. Those little waters do. So we've tried different things in the past. You end up trying to like exchange bottles, you know, like take a thawed out bottle and swap it out twice a day, and it's just like a nightmare. And to be honest with you, they'll freeze quicker than that, so it just ends up being a pain. And so what we're doing is not the cheapest thing to do, but it's the best thing that we've found, is we have these heated water bottles. So these heated water bottles, they actually heat along the back of the bottle, and they heat on the bottom of the bottle, and they keep the whole bottle thawed out, and that keeps the nipple, the water nipple, thawed out so that the rabbits can drink. And the good thing about these bottles that we like is that they just have a cap that you open up on the top, and you can pour water inside of them to fill them back up. So we don't have to worry about taking these bottles on and off of the cage to fill them up in the winter time. All we got to do is basically go get us a pitcher of water, come in here, and we can pour all of these rabbit waters full. And we find that this is pretty much the best method that works for us, but these rabbit waters are not cheap. So the bad thing about anything that plugs in, any heated water that plugs in, is you're normally plugging it in to a GFCI outlet. You're stringing extension cords all over the place. You're plugging them into each other because none of them's ever long enough. And the problem with a GFCI outlet is if you get any water in anything, it's going to trip out and you're going to lose your power. And you don't know your power is lost until the water bottle or your water bowl is frozen. It's usually too late before you realize that you lost power. So what we've done is we've set something up so that we know that we lost power, so that we can maybe get the power turned back on before our bottles freeze up. So let me show you what that is. So what we've done to know that our GFCI is tripped out is we put an always on, it's an always on night light, an LED night light, and we have it plugged in here into one of our outlets. So this light will always be on. If this light is off, we're tripped out. And right now this light is off because our GFCI tripped tonight. Now nothing seems to be totally frozen yet, but we're going to go ahead, reset our GFCI. This light should come back on, and then our water bottles will start heating back up. So you can see now that we've reset our GFCI, our night light is on. So that night light is a always on night light, so it will always be on as long as it's power, and it's an LED night light, so it shouldn't burn out like a light bulb. So we've positioned this where we can see that from our house. So as long as we can see that light from our house, we know that our waters are working and we shouldn't have to worry about them freezing. So this is really easy to be able to see from our house. When we drive by, it's really easy to see. It's just really easy thing to know that everything's working. Now I'm going to basically just go around here. I'm going to check on their water and their food, and I'm going to get inside and get warmed up. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.